Hello, everybody. Welcome to another session of the New Star World Qualifiers. Yeah, as you can see, this race is kicked off. People very, very eager to get started today. But I'm joined by Shady Force. Hello.
Yeah, how's it going, Ben?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, it's sort of a my bad. I should have been gatekeeping the room, but then the race started. So you can blame me. You know who to blame, at least.
Well, we haven't missed too much, so actually you can blame me because I think we were chatting away and we didn't realize that nobody was gatekeeping, so maybe we're blaming me.
So first thing I noticed straight away is Classic James is on the North American version. Oh no, that is also not a good thing to notice. Taking an early death there.
Yeah, that kind of thing can happen sometimes, and it can knock your confidence, but in reality, it's probably only like a 10-second loss. He can make that up for sure. But yeah, he just needs to get back in the game, I think.
Absolutely. So as always, we're going to be having 6 qualifier matches this evening, sort of over the span of about 4 or 5 hours. As always, the registration for the tournament is still open, !SMW. You could sign up now and get into the next qualifier as early as 30 minutes away. So do make sure to check that out.
So at the moment, yeah, we just have everyone in the castle. I'm sure we'll have the stream synced shortly. Probably everyone's in the same position except Classic James is probably going to be about 10 seconds behind. So World 1 went pretty fast, and normally there's not much to talk about, so it's a good thing we weren't here at the start. But as you can see, Weird Waldo gets a nice clean Iggy kill, gets the 241, so does Silver Star. Marcelo entering the fight, and he gets a nice... Oh, he gets a 240. So he probably lost a little bit of time in the nets room, in room 2 in Iggy.
I think you might have summoned Carrick there. But yeah, very, very quick introduction for the players. Silver Star, probably one of our best no-cape players entered into the tournament, with the exception of Kalko, obviously. Also, one of the top players in this tournament, expected to do quite well, and has already got that sub 33 time. Waldo as well, very, very good player, and we can expect some sandbar attempts from him later.
Yeah, Marcelo is another very strong player. He's one of the Brazilian contingent, and he's been doing lots of races lately, and he's posted some really good times. He's a contender for this tournament, I think. I think people underestimate him. He's actually a very strong runner.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I would constantly say that for some reason Marcelo seems to go under the radar, and I don't quite understand why, because he's legitimately a very, very strong player. And possibly out of the current entrants, possibly Brazil's best chance at the moment, but we'll see. Brazil as well, with some very strong entrants. Milani, Dunkel, Yoshi. I'm forgetting people, of course, as well.
Classic James is someone I don't actually know that much of, but I did see him on Restream a couple of weeks ago, and he's a very solid player. He knows all the strategies, he knows what he's doing. I think he's just had a little bit of nerves at the start of this race, but I do expect him to settle in very quickly.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same way. I haven't really heard of James much in the context of SMW, but from what I've seen, he does know his stuff.
And he posted a big PB in his last race as well. The last race that I saw on Restream. So he could PB again for sure, and he'll probably be chasing after that right now.
Also, it's probably worth mentioning before it gets too much later into the match that exclamation mark bets will it'll show all the information for a promotion going on. You can claim a €20 bet, and it's sort of self-explanatory. I don't want to go too much into the details, but you can wager against other players for results in matches, including this one as well. It's a lot of fun. I checked it out the other night, and it's promising.
So the players are currently flying over Donut Plains 3. There's not too much to the level except trying to get the fast P speed. We're going to see Classic James do that right now, and also just maintaining your flight speed, trying to get the 51 flight speed and keep it throughout the level to get the best time. We can see Waldo and Silverstar both did get the fast flight speed because they got a 363, and Marcelo probably had some sort of intermediate flight speed.
I kind of feel like James as well might have got an instant 51. I found it hard to see through other people's stream, but well, actually, that might have been a 50. It was on the lower end of 63. But yeah, a good level for James. Decent flight speed. And it's a very common question as well, like how do people see the difference between these very, very subtly different flight speeds? And it's just years and years of playing. Even the best can struggle at times to see it.
I can't see the difference at all, I have to be honest. I just get a flight speed and I just hope for the best. Unless there's like a brown block somewhere. If there's a brown block somewhere in the level, like in Donut Plains 1.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can use the block to see like how you're doing, but yeah, it's super tough. My advice would be just work on like the easiest part. Notice the difference between a 47 and a 51, because that is a lot more doable than say a 50 compared to a 51. And I would recommend the practice card because it can tell you what your flight speed actually is at any given point. Oh no! Okay, well that was actually quite a good save from Swoop here, but that's not a good save. That is not. Wow.
That's really unfortunate. Because Silverstar's gone back for Cape, but that is very unlucky. Because as you said, he saved it the first time. Kept himself out of the block. I thought he was going to get squished and I thought he saved himself, but he was just unlucky, he slipped back in. And that is a costly death.
Yeah, and dying at the top of there, it's one of those things that can just kind of happen. Oh no, this is definitely a death.
Wow, and now we've seen it from two of our runners. This is really unlucky.
Damn. Yeah, again, it's just one of those things that can kind of happen out of nowhere. It's just like, oh, I'm having a good run, and then 1 second later, your run is in pieces. And there's absolutely... It's just such a huge time loss. You have to go back for a hip. You won't have fire. Just very demoralizing and not the start you'll be looking for.
Classic James is actually going on without Cape, which is an interesting strategy. He's decided to just carry on, so... but it looks like he's losing a cycle in the first start of the bottom room as well. He might be regretting it a bit.
Yeah, that is unfortunate about the extra cycle, although I'm not sure with him playing on the American version if he grabs this mushroom. Oh, wait, he doesn't even need to grab this mushroom. He could... I don't know. Maybe... I'm not sure. My instincts still feel like... Oh my goodness, that was close. It still feels like going back for Cape would be better, but it's certainly close. Yeah. And that's another reason why going back for Cape should be an option at least. Castle 2 is Small Mario. Is pretty stressful in that second room, especially at the top.
Yeah,
I said second room, third room.
Even the staircase in the first room, as you can see, is not the freest thing ever. Now he's going back for Cape. But it is interesting that you mentioned he's on the American version, because you might be right. That might make it theoretically faster to keep going, because he can pick up his Cape in the first room of Vanilla Dome 1.
Yeah, so going back for Cape from Secret House, that takes 15 seconds, so you might feel like going back from Castle, and then the trip back might be like 20 to 22 seconds, so it is a lot of time. Also, that was a beautiful, beautiful new Cape strat from Silverstar, using the Buzzy Beetles, sort of being in its shell timer, that's not what it's called, I'm just forgetting. That's so good.
Yeah, we actually missed where he lost Cape. It must have been Must have been somewhere in that level, but I actually missed it because we were focusing on
Yeah,
James at the
same.
moment.
Yeah, I'm guessing Silver probably won't have been happy to lose Cape again in this level. Um, but it's just one of those things that happens. I feel like Silver Star has improved, or not improved, backed this up pretty well. Also, he could have maybe taken that shell with him and got himself a free cape now that he has no power.
That's interesting. It's not something you would normally think of. It's normally very dangerous to carry that shell because it often wakes up when you're on the green
Oh, yeah,
springboards at
that's
the
true.
end. So that's why people immediately kick it away, like out of natural habit. He kicked the Buzzy and lost cape to it at the same time. That's
Oh,
wow. Can that
indeed.
happen? I haven't seen
Yeah,
that before.
it's it's something. It was something pretty weird. It happened to be like 3 or 4 runs in a row, and I decided to sit down and work out what the heck's going on. Pretty much, whenever you grab that first Buzzy, just do not throw it too early. There's no reason to do it anyway. But yeah, if you throw it as soon as you grab it, you're gonna run into the Buzzy. Um, and losing Cape there in the Japanese version is disastrous. Now, interestingly enough, Classic James actually had an opportunity to grab a Fire Flower, but I don't know, he got up there, like, backed up pretty well.
Yeah, it's probably theoretically faster, but if you maybe didn't want to disrupt his strategies that he has practiced for that level by picking it up. So
Yeah, that's very fair. Um, also, just noticing that comment in the chat, even though Silver has been consistently performing as we would expect, Silver possibly has had one of the biggest time ranges in this tournament as well. From like getting a bunch of really awesome 33s to a bunch of like 37s and 38s. So Silver would probably admit himself that his okay, Silver went back for fire there. That's very interesting. Um, I, I would argue that that's not faster, like just instinctively, but I don't know. Maybe it is. Um, but yeah, Silver would probably admit that he has had a huge, huge range his times. So it's possibly at this stage he's going purely for RTA strats. You know, he's already qualified with a really good average. So I can definitely understand both approaches.
yeah, he can probably feels he can afford to take all the risky strategies. Just go for everything. We'll probably see him go for Forest Wings. We'll probably see him go for Sandbar later on. Because why not? It's like a practice run, really. We haven't spoken that much about Waldo and Marcelo because not a lot has happened to them in a bad
Yeah, their runs
thing.
have been pretty good.
They've been quietly playing pretty well, and they're fairly close to each other. Waldo has a few seconds lead, I think, in this auto scroller.
Yeah,
Marcelo's doing some
this
duping.
has been a really good race between them. Sorry, something I didn't mention at the time, but I did enjoy Marcelo's duping swag. I just already saw that on the restream there. And I'm not 100% sure in this, but at least for all the matches that I have watched, I haven't seen any Vine swag. Very, very rare for New Star World.
Yeah, I've seen a few people attempt it. I've attempted it myself, but I haven't managed to get it.
Yeah, it's so weird. I'm so good at that first dupe in D or VD1, but I can't get that Vine swag at all.
I don't. I wonder if there's something different about it. Is there some definite mechanic? Because I thought it would have the same odds, the same success rate.
That's what I assumed. I assumed it was just a very standard dupe. But I don't know. Maybe. Oh no, or not Marcelo. James lost his cape there. Will have an opportunity to pick up one for free in Butterbridge 1.
Yeah, it's in a way it's fortunate now that he had double capes rather than a cape and a flower.
Absolutely.
Although actually, having a flower wouldn't have cost him much time either, because again, as you said, he can still get his cape in the next level. As long as he keeps one of his power-ups.
Yeah, I mean, I would obviously prefer to have a fire flower there and backup, switch to that, grab a cape. But for a lot of people going into that fight as Fire Mario is quite a big psych, it's very, very intimidating. And that alone can make the fight a lot more difficult. If you're capeless, you just have to go for it. Waiting about is a lot more risky than um, just going for the Reznor.
Both Waldo and Marcelo were showing us the cape fly through room 2. They both did the cape strat instead of the fire flower strat, which I'm personally a big fan of. I know you like the fire flower strat though, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, I used to say that it was about 50-50 in terms of like the top runners that I would see do it, but these days it is slowly going more towards the cape strat, and I believe yes, Silver Star actually has the fire flower, so we're going to see that from Silver. Um, just sort of interesting how there is such a divide among the top players, I guess.
It's always good that there's some variety in the strats you can use in the way you can approach some levels. It does bring a bit
Yeah,
of
oh, I
individuality
totally
to the
agree.
runs.
So there's that free cape. Also, a tip for that cape, so if you're small, or if you're Big Mario, and you're getting that cape for free, make sure to pick up that cape while it's on screen, because if you don't, the game will soft lock. Shoutouts to Agathor, famously having done that like 2 or 3 runs in a row or something. All in races as well.
So we see Waldo's not going for Forest Wings, and I wonder if I think Marcelo is going for it.
Oh yeah, that was. If you land on top of it, it can be very, very hard to get it from that position. And Silver Star making it hard for me to lobby on behalf of the Fire Flower strat because that is. Whoa! Why did he do that?
That looked deliberate.
No.
Did he decide to go back for a power up instead of?
Oh, he wouldn't have done
deliberate
that
to me. And now he's paused. I don't know if he's forfeiting from the race.
I'm going to say that's not deliberate because A, he just reset, and B, it is one of those things like, sometimes you can sort of just be bored and like tapping buttons, and then you're like, why did I do that? So I can understand, but my goodness, yes, losing all your stuff using the Fire Flower strat is a possibility. Same with doing Cape strat. We just saw a demonstration.
So he's gone back to practice these levels where he struggled at now, and he's obviously decided that getting some practice in before the next race is a better use of his time than finishing out this run. Because he will have a chance in the next run, and this run won't matter anyway.
Yeah, he possibly just needs 10-20 minutes to warm up. Very, very common. Also, just want to mention, not going to try and curse this one, but Waldo is on a decent run here. Marcelo was on a good run, but Clips have said no for over a minute now. This is very hard to watch. Very, very unforgiving. It's one of those things as well, like, if you keep failing it, you're going to over-adjust, under-adjust, over-adjust, under-adjust. It's a horrible cycle to be in.
It's very easy to get tilted and do exactly what he's doing right now. It's something that's happened to me lots of times, yourself lots of times, everyone. You miss it once, and then it's just really hard to get in. And then when you do get in, Yoshi kicks you out anyway because you're unlucky with the sub pixel.
I feel like whenever it comes to Clips, oh, there he is, eventually. Finally. I feel like I've only one of two outcomes. Either first or second try, or about 50th try.
Oh no. Waldo, unfortunately, is yet another victim of the dreaded Roy Fly.
Okay, I'll take the blame for that one. I think that's probably fair.
Interesting. He's decided to go to Butter Bridge to pick up his cape. Because we were talking about this on during a restream recently, and Waldo was in the chat, and he decided to go in time which one was faster, to Forest 1 or Butter Bridge 2, and he said basically Forest One's only faster by half a second if you do it perfectly,
Yeah.
which is a lot smaller than I thought. So, and clearly he's putting that discovery into practice.
Yeah, that's the way he died there. That's another one of those very common things that can happen, just being a little overzealous on the dive bomb. Because once you get past a certain point, you won't be able to get back up. And that lava also is just like magnetic to Mario. It just pulls him in. There's absolutely no leeway at all.
Yeah, it's very unforgiving. And if your timing isn't perfect or if you're slightly off, it's so hard to adjust. And that looked like a deliberate death to the fireball. I think he changed his mind and decided to go back for Cape again, which is the better decision, I think. It's going to be faster. He's going to
Yeah,
need
it's
Cape
going
for
to
the
be
next few
faster,
levels
but
too.
as soon as you enter that level, it definitely isn't faster. Because going on without Cape can still be the better play, but you have got to do Chocolate Allen perfectly. And that just doesn't really happen even for the best players. So go back for Cape, it's always going to be the best play. Like, it always is. I would always go back for it. I would pod commit myself. I would go back for 20 times if I had to, because it would be the right play. Well, actually, I don't know about 20 times. I think I might throw my console out the window at that point, but... Oh, Waldo, I'm so sorry. But that was a beautiful Castle 5, showing us how it's done. 270 to very good. And we have a race between Weird Waldo and Marcelo again. Meanwhile, Silver just sitting there in the room of spikes.
Yeah, Silver spent a bit of time practicing his fire through the level, which is exactly the thing you want to do, just so that he gets it down for his next race. The game can be really tough when you're not warmed up. You got to get your timing right, so it can be very hard the first race of the day. But I have absolutely no doubt that he's going to smash it in the next race because he's an absolutely fantastic runner.
I agree.
So we're seeing Marcelo get the pipe fly. This is a nifty little trick, and it only actually saves 1 second if you get it. But that 1 second, it's still a full second. You got to save those frames. And what it does is, if you enter the pipe with still some of your flight meter intact, and you exit the pipe, you get 64 flight speed when you leave the pipe, as long as you don't press right at any time, and you finish the rest of the level much faster. Oh, Classics James is in trouble here. He was again. I thought he was doing well, and he was really unlucky. He just went too deep in the dive bomb and just didn't quite get it. And it looks like he's going back to Butterbridge 2 for his cape as well.
Wow, this is really rubbed off on people. I'm surprised to see so many people do it because it's always just been the standard to go to FY1. But in my opinion, it is pretty much always going to be the better play. Got to get FY1 perfect in order to actually get that half second. So.
But the interesting thing is that if you end up failing Roy Fly again, you don't have to halfway in Forest 1 to get a faster cape. Not that you should really be planning around 2 for Roy deaths, but it can happen in races. So Waldo ended up having to go all the way back again.
Yeah, okay, I guess later... Oh no, I didn't realize he only had 1 life. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I need to remind myself later, whenever Silver Star probably comes in for an interview, to ask about that Roy strat. It looks so much tougher than the original strat, or the most common strat, and I've seen him miss it probably half the time in these races, which, I mean, even having a sample size of 10, missing it like 5 times, that's way too much. Even for newer players, I would argue that's too much to even consider going for the strat.
He must be convinced it's faster in some way because he keeps his 51 flight the whole time.
Yeah, I
But I have
guess.
to admit,
Nah,
I'm with
that's a
you.
real. I mean, like it's fair enough. Like it's the thing that I would assume as well. But wow, that is a real push in my opinion, especially considering you can get that 51 back. It's interesting though. Fair play. I think with maybe a little bit of freezage on Marcelo's end.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have him back again soon. In the
Ooh.
meantime,
My goodness. I'm assuming that Waldo and Marcelo are still very close.
yeah, I think Waldo had like a 20-second lead over Marcelo last I looked. But
Oh, really? Okay.
oh, maybe less than that actually, because Marcelo was on his timer's on 24:28. Yeah, you could be right.
I honestly thought Marcelo was ahead the last time I looked after Castle 5, but maybe I'm misremembering. Ooh, maybe Classic James was a bit too early to try that clip, but he got in, got kicked out though. I don't know, maybe he's not doing it too early.
It does look a little bit on the early side. I've seen people get clips that way, no problem, but it does look a little bit early for me as well. It's something I do a lot. I find without thinking, I tap A too early, and I haven't settled down yet.
Oh,
But
like that looked way too early. That looked earlier than the last two. Yeah, he
yeah,
got
but he still
right.
got it, so maybe he's right. Maybe he's doing it fine, and it was just unfortunate subpixel.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of workshopping on FOI2 clip, and it was really bad because I unlearned a good way of doing it. But I think I'm back to normal again, except just a little bit faster. I'm disappointed. No wall clip attempt from Waldo going into the cutscene. For shame. So basically, each block has 16 pixels, and if you land between those blocks, Mario will clip into the wall for just, I think it's probably one frame, I guess. Normally, what that means is it would allow you to do a wall jump if you press jump at the exact same time as Mario clips into the wall. But if you do that into a cutscene, Mario will like kind of appear to cling to the wall, and it's just really awesome swag. It's one of my favorite things, along with Whiskers on Kittens. Sorry, that was not funny. That was so unfunny that it was just funny again.
So Waldo's entering the Sun Ghost ship now, and he's picking up his backup flower. He didn't pick up Unicape because he didn't need it. So Sun Ghost ship cape is faster. So what he's going to try and do here is he's going to try and get to the horizontal position in the level at the correct time. I think he needs a small hesitation here. Or is he going to go for the double despawn, maybe? Unfortunately, he didn't get it. So now he has to wait for one of the boo rings here. And he can damage boost through the second one.
Yeah, actually getting to see that English text on James's stream. You shitty? You know what time it is?
I think it is orb time.
Yeah, that looks correct by me.
It looks like it's orb o'clock. Get your orbs in chat if you have them, or your parentheses question mark.
Whoa! I didn't even know. I didn't even notice that orb. That's epic. Shout out to the SMW community. Awesome emote. Love it. I didn't even see the announcement for that. Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, it looks really good. Dots are cool. Made that one of our participants in this tournament, and he's done a fantastic job.
Yes, another name that is expected to do very, very well in this tournament. Dot's already smashing it. He PV'd by like 20 seconds in one of his matches. Like his previous time was already very good, so 20 seconds is huge. James needs to. Wow, I don't know how he dodged that the first time, but oh, this is spooky.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the hardest ghost houses in the game, because that fishing boo just ruins your life so often. It's really difficult. You either fly over it perfectly, or you're in a world of hurt.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! I've always waited for that to happen to myself, but goddamn, thing on Restream is not good. Oh, well, the madman did attempt it as expected, but
Yeah, Waldo did promise he would go for sandbar, but unfortunately, it's a difficult trick. I think it's 2 frames to clip in, and it didn't work out. Unfortunately, we don't know at the moment where Marcelo is. I can only expect he's probably in the lead of the 4 people on Restream. But we don't know yet. As soon as we find out, we'll let you guys know. So Waldo's not attempting the sandbar clip the next time round. He's just getting the normal cycle skip. Okay, Marcelo is just entering the back door now, so he's going into Bowser's castle.
oh wow.
So yeah, as expected, he's a decent lead. Marcelo must have had a very solid run after those unfortunate Forest 2 clips. Classic James is going through Choco Island 2 capeless. He's only small Mario, and this room scares me a lot when I'm just small Mario.
Yeah, it's very.
But he looks like he's done a very good job with it. Honestly, I die there 50% of the time I attempt that.
Yeah, it is a very, very tough room, as you mentioned.
Oh, unfortunately, Waldo loses his cape and loses his P-speed at the start here. It's very easy to do. The timing is actually really tight to get under that crusher and onto the next platform while maintaining your P-speed.
Wow, I'm surprised he didn't get P-speed out of that. It looked like it was going to work, but that was unfortunate.
Yeah, so he's just going to get through the rest of the level safe. Just keep your 1 cape, bring it with you to Bowser, and get the run over with. Okay, we're seeing Waldo went to the back door now. Yeah, Marcelo's 3 issues, but we do know he's in the Bowser fight. He's doing cape kill as we speak. Waldo's going to show us the back door here. Not getting flight for the second half of the dark room, but it doesn't really cost too much time. And now we'll hopefully see a nice cape kill from Waldo. I have no idea what just happened to Waldo there. That was crazy. Normally you fly up and you land on the Mecha Koopa and it instantly hits Bowser just like it did that time. But somehow... Oh no,
Wow.
he picked up a
Wow.
mecha Koopa and threw it to his side. I thought it killed one of his mechs.
That was just
Maybe,
really, really strange. I missed it the first time, but I saw it on the restream.
I thought he killed a mech and therefore, but he obviously still made his cycle. So maybe that's just his strategy.
Um, I almost get the feeling it's not. I'm pretty sure I've seen Waldo just do it the same way. Like it didn't kill it, but it just, well, it's just really weird. Just a reminder, everybody, that we have plenty more qualifiers this evening, and you can still get involved at !SMW. Very nice cycle skip from James. That was pretty tight, but he still made it comfortably. Again, sort of backing up what we said earlier, that he really does seem to know his stuff, even though James is sort of just unknown to most people in the SMW community, it seems.
Waldo takes down Bowser. Finishes up in second place in the race with a time of 36:59 in the SRL room. Marcelo actually took the win in this race as we expected with a time of 35:47. We also have Dark Magician with 37:01.
Very nice.
Actually, Waldo's changed his time. I don't know if he has SRL issues or whether he dot on too early. We'll need to get confirmation on that.
It certainly is possible, especially with the new rule change. A lot of people, it sort of is just muscle memory almost. I've
That's a
done
good point.
it. I've done it once already.
He's saying he dot on there early. Okay, so actually, Dark Magician came second in the race with
Oh,
37:01, and Waldo came third with 37:02. So that's actually
yeah,
very close.
yeah. Assuming that the times are correct, it does sound like Dark Magician would have nabbed second just about. Which, have to admit, going into this, you mentioned that he's probably quite the underdog, but coming second in any race, especially with Silver Star, Waldo, Marcelo, even James and Rams and Sonic and all those guys, like they're all pretty damn good. So, very well done. Very
Like
well
it
done
is,
to him.
it is a lesson for the knockouts when they do happen that anything can happen in a race and anyone can make mistakes, even someone as good as those guys you mentioned. So it's really all to play for. Upsets can and will happen in this tournament. So if you're watching this and you want to get involved, you most definitely can. Signups are still open. There's going to be 5 more races this evening, and then tomorrow there will be 6 more races. And all you need to do to qualify in this tournament is to complete any 3 qualifier races. Unfortunately, we saw Classic James losing his cape to a spike at the end of the Sunken Ghost ship, which is very unfortunate. It's a very easy mistake to make if your movement's not quite right. It's very easy to just hit them. And he may choose to go on capeless, but probably the safest bet is to go back into the Sunken Ghost ship twice and get a cape, and then proceed with the cape. I guess we'll see what he chooses to do. It looks like he's had enough, just like Silver Star before him, which is fair enough. He's going to get some practice in, I think, and get ready for the next race, which I think is starting in about 7 minutes. Scheduled to start in about 7 minutes. Yeah, I don't think any of the 4 runners on here had a particularly good run. It was probably a combination of rustiness and nerves. For a lot of people, it was probably their first race of the day and they're not fully warmed up. All 4 of these guys are much better than what they've shown, and I have no doubt that they'll improve in the next run.
So I understand there was some speculation from yourself as to whether I would maybe participate in this next race or not. And I think I've come to the decision that I want in there. I'm itching to play. My fingers are itchy, so yeah, definitely going to get in this one. So I may see you guys in the restream. If not, good luck to everybody who's racing.
Very best of luck to you in this race, Ben.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was a lot of fun commentating with you. Looking forward to that commentary next run as well. Gonna be listening in, hanging out in the restream as well. So
you can listen to all my trash talk. Don't you worry, it will be coming. I believe Sonic is still in this race, so well, I'll find out now how he's getting on.
Oh no, that is not the comment that you're wanting to see. Rem's mentioning death at Bowser, death in the third cycle of Bowser trying to deal with SRL. My goodness. Although that is one thing I want to mention. If you have any doubts that that using SRL may interfere with your run, or you haven't got it up or it closes, don't worry about it, just finish the run. That's the most important thing. SRL times, can be edited. We can take that into account in the spreadsheet. So it's one of those things that happens. I've lost races before dealing with SRL. Okay, well, Shady, it has been a lot of fun commentating. Looking forward to this next one. I'm going to pop out, and I believe Sonic is going to be joining me, so have a lot of fun with that. Well, I suppose, yeah, Sonic has finished up at 42.29.
Yeah, Sonic finishes up now. That's actually his second best time, I believe. That's his best time that isn't his PB.
Well,
that was a solid run for him, and hopefully he'll look to improve in future runs. So we'll have to see if he's going to join me here in the commentary, or if he's going to do another run. But best of luck to you, Ben.
Thank you very much. Hopefully I can do my thing.
You're on the schedule to commentate, Sonic, but if you want to do more runs, do more runs. I can look after things here. Don't worry about it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you do the next race. I want as many people in this race as we can get. I'm enjoying this, to be honest, because I've been in a lot of the races so far, and now I get to sit back and commentate while you guys struggle with Roy Flies and with Yoshi Clips.
It is a lot of fun. I'm sort of in the boat of where I'm enjoying commentating a lot, but I really want to play as well. So, but I definitely want to get in this one. But yeah, I'm gonna pop out officially now. I will be back later, but yeah, thanks so much everybody for having me and putting up with me. Yeah, see you guys soon.
So if you're just joining us, this is the Super Mario World No Star World Winter Tournament here on Speed Gaming. We've just finished the first of 6 races today, and the second race should be starting within the next 3 or 4 minutes, I think. So stay tuned.